Okay, let's start for today. Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, hopefully you can hear my voice clearly. And we join the session again for continue our discussion in the Kapita Sekta Computer System and Network with the specific term of the smart nation. So for today, I would like to share with you about the concept of open data platform. Yeah. So I think all of you that already do the task to review the open data facilities in several countries in Southeast Asia. Yeah. So maybe after this we will discuss this. We will discuss that finding from your side, and then. But before that, I would like to share with you the material that I have when I joined the open data platform workshop that held by Esri. Esri is one leading technology company, especially in Spatial services. Yeah, so that is very important because I think one of the main component on the smart nation that need to build in the first time that we want to have a smart nations specification for nation or city. So we need to have that all the data that we use for running the nation or city, it should be established. Yeah, not only just established in the physical way, but the most important thing is established to use, and not only for example, very specific or one organization that can use that data, but also all the sector, all the data, all the government agencies, the community is also can use the the data. So that's why it is very important to understand what is matter of the open data actually. So actually, when we discuss about the open data, we will discuss about two things here. The first is about platform, and then the second is about the structures. So when we discuss about the platform, it's mostly like the facilities or features that should be there in the open data facilities. Yeah, and in the data structures, we try to understand that the data that established in the open data platform, it should be in the format that commonly agreed by agencies or by the parties that support that platform. So this is very important to understand that because the structure of the data is not only about the content of data itself, but also the metadata and also the other variables that are supporting the completeness of the data. So we will discuss first about the big open data platform first, and then the second is about the portal, about the data structures. So when we discuss about the open data platform, we will of it. It is like we open the confidential aspect of the organization. Uh, we will deal with the issue of the data privacy. Yeah, we also will deal with the some of the issue on the how the data will be accountability. I mean, yeah. So that's will be a question. But that's the challenge actually when we see that one, and then, for example, we selected, for example, okay, because we are in the government agency, so we need all the data is confidential. So it's mean there is data that can be published in the open data. So that will be a misconcept or counterproductive on the smart nations movement. So because when we discuss about smart nation in the first in the first session, we know when we believe that uh, to be in the smart nation, it cannot be instance. So we need a lot of contribution, not only from the government itself, but also from the enterprises and then from the community. So to have support from the enterprises and also the community, of course, course we need to let them to access our data and then play with that data and then came out with the new idea and innovations. Yeah, so that would be the strategy actually. So invite the another parties to use our data and then came with the innovation. So the government, for example, it doesn't need to think all the things to develop their city or nations. Yeah, so it will be very costly. Yeah, and then it is very hard. Yeah, especially for us like in Indonesia today or in other countries that have same challenge today in the pandemic and so on. So we need to spend more budget for recovering from the COVID, for example. But so how about the others? So I think it will be very good if we can collaborate with that one. Yeah. So it's also for us, yeah, as community, as a student. Maybe we cannot help the nation with the money or something, but we can bring our idea innovation to help to support and give some significant, even it's only very small contributions, like our data analysis for help the country to more tough and more strong to do that the problems, yeah, to solve the problems. Yeah. So that's actually the philosophy why we need the open data for data platform. Yeah. So in the open data platform, actually we will discuss a lot about about the concept of data portals. Yeah, data portals is like yeah we the government, the enterprises, the community, every parties in the nation or the city have some convention that we will place all the data that we have in one place. Yeah, so that will be the challenge. Yeah, so why this very important? Because if we let all the the parties not only just to access but giving their data on that system, we will have like one place that can be can integrate all the data that we need to do in these smart nations. So that will be the data portals. Yeah. And then the second is about the portal itself. Yeah, portal it's mean it will be managed one organization or leading sector that have responsibility to manage daily the data portals. And then the next is about the spatial data infrastructures. Yeah, so it's mean because we are in the nation perspective, so it's mean we cannot avoid that we need to place the data on top of the map. Yeah, also the geography issue. So that will be why we need the spatial. Yes, it's mean like the data will be need to tag in location, based on the location or based on the city, based on the province, or even based on the one point on interest. Yeah, so because we have a point of view as nations. And then the next is registry. Yeah, registry is very important because to ensure that all the data has submit and shared by the the reputable organizations can be and accountables. So we need to register all the parties that involved in that. We doesn't want in the data portal we have the parties that um, is hoax, yeah, something like hoax, data hoax is very dangerous because we will have a garbage data, and of course we have the garbage data. It will be make us have a garbage information. And then we need the catalogs. Yeah. Catalog will be very helpful for searching, for indexing, and also for to support the user to have easy way to to access the data based on their preference. And then metadata, it will be we will discuss later. Yeah. Metadata is very important because in the open data we cannot only just submit the file, but also we need to add all the parameter of the data that can be used to have the information about the data itself. And then we have data catalogs. It will be in the management of the data catalogs. Yeah, and then we have the data clearinghouse. The data clearinghouse is like the process how we manage the data. Sometimes the data is too old, it's obsolete, so we need to terminate that one, and then not only just push the tell button, yeah, but we need to have some clearinghouse process to to delete the data. And then we need to have the storage, of course. Place, yeah, it's mean like storage server and so on. And then of course the open data, this is like the policy how that will be managed, how the data can be accessed, can be used, and also can be combined with the other parties. And it will be complete, will complete, yeah, if we have like queue portals, queue hub for the data. So we use some of the some of the parties or technology that can help us to give the appropriate queue spatial information. So that's why most of the open data platform is exists by the company that have the technology on the queue spatial, like ArcGIS or even the S3 one. Yeah, so that would be very important to note about it. And several approach on the open data they came first with the spatial data. So they build map, they manage the map, and then they place the map into the data into the map, and then they can display all the things. Yeah. So that will be the principle. So this is like the cloud tech and the cloud world that be the characteristic of the open data platform. Yeah. And yeah, this open data is like this one. This is from the RDs, for example. Yeah, this is like how we can get the data. Yeah, and then yeah, this is the Geo portal and metadata catalog. Yeah, this is we have a lot of from the S3. It also have a lot of things on it. It is very important. Yeah, so you can see many example on this actually. Yeah. And of course, the spatial data infrastructure or SDI is very important milestone on the open data. Yeah, why this is very important? Yeah, this is proposed by U.S. National Research Council in '93. Yeah, they make like a global spatial data infrastructure or TSDI cookbooks. Yeah, this is like. The SDI will have the relevant base collection of technologies, policy, and institutional arrangement that facilitate the availability of and access to spatial data. So there will be like the technology architecture and also the governance, how the data can be arranged in the facility of the data storage. Yeah, it's provide a basis for spatial data discovery. So yeah, in the unique way, we can see that the Earth. One of the persons say that this is, yeah, the Earth is flat, the Earth is something like that. It's happened to in the spatial issue, yeah, in the map issue. Sometimes the border of the city, border of the country still have some a different perspective. So that's why we need a very common or globally accepted basis for spatial data. So that's why they came with the basis for spatial data discovery and the evaluation and application for user and provider within all level of governments and commercial sector. So it will be used by all the parties and also the non-profit sectors, academia, and the citizen in general. So that will be very important. So that's why you can see in Indonesia itself, we have Badan Geospatial Indonesia. Oh, yeah. Badan Informasi Geospasial. This is big. Yeah. Uh, so it will be it's organization responsible to give to give this SDI, yeah, spatial data infrastructure for Indonesia. So that's why the organization is very important as for establishing the basis for open data. Can you imagine that if we have a lot of data, but unfortunately the spatial data infrastructure that is not exist, yeah, it will be very dangerous. Who will be the owner of the data? Something like that. So that this is the how you can see in here. I would like to ask you to see the item of every step of development of the open data. Yeah. So it's like from the framework data, develop policy, standard is very important, and then we can build discovery search for all level for governments, and then and creating the enterprise program, business requirement, data life cycle, common service, segment architecture, using portfolio management, share architectures, and cloud computing also, and then using the mobile technology, based solution, queue enabling government, and so on. So this would be very important for us to see that this is the step, how all the features, how the spatial SDI, spatial data infrastructure, need to be developed by develop all these parameter or by these components. So of course, to see that the open data in one country is good or not, have the quality or not, we can see is there in the open data they have all these features or not. Yeah. If they have most of this one, yeah, I think they close with the ideal open data platform. Yeah, so that will be the most important things. Yeah. So this will be the sum of the maybe the existing one and the best the best practice on the SDI. You can see from Kyocera, Copernicus, Arctic SDI, and then group on Earth observation Q and Q platform, and also other groups. Yeah, so it would be one of the example. So this is like the result for the SDI. So it will be clear the border of each country, the continent, and the city. And if we go to the map, for example, we can see the road, the line, and then the everything about the spatial data infrastructure. So from this, you can see that's why Google itself they very focused on to have like not only just Google Maps, but also they also completed with the Street View and also other things, because that will be the SDI things, yeah, spatial data infrastructures. Yeah. And from the open data itself, so after we understand about the characteristic of the SDI, we go to the open data. Yeah, this is like the data that all about supporting open government. So this is the most important keyword. Yeah, we want to support open governments. Yeah, so it is like push the government to open their business, the data that reflect the performance, that reflect the result, reflecting what they do when they want to, for example, handling the pandemic issue and so on. So that's why it's very important. All the agencies should take the following action to improve the management of information resources through the information life cycle, and then reinforce the government presumption in favor of openness. Yeah. So this is very important because the keyword is about the openness. Yeah. So openness is just not like all the data will be placed on the open data, but we open that user can use can use it for good reason. Yeah. So that's why for to have the open data need to have several components, yeah, or features. Yeah. The first is machine readables. Yeah. So it's mean the data can be read, can be accessed, can be viewed by application that it's have from many applications, yeah, that user have in common way. And then the second is data standards. Yeah, data standard is also the baseline of the data. And then we implement the open license. It means giving the right for everyone to use the data. And then enterprise data inventory. So we can do some data management principles that we can manage all the data features in many and very customized way. And then we also have the interoperability. This is like the platform or standard that we can adjust, or maybe we can combine with another data sources. And then the data is not only just placed into the open data, but also when data is exists, it can be engaged the user engagement. So the citizen or the customer uh, happy to use the data. And then this open format. So it means the open format is there is no format locked in. Yeah. So I mean when we use the data or access the data is only can be open in very specific application or format. But yeah, if we have we just need to have the common application or common format to use the data. And also we also add the privacy things. Yeah, this is very important too. The privacy is also very important. And then information processing. Yeah, this is like the data that we use is not only just a raw data, but also the data that has already fixed, clean, so it will be in the good data set for everyone. And then of course the accessibility is very important. And we need to have the public data listing. So the open data should be have capabilities to to have the listing of the data. And then we need to have the confidentiality also, and then the metadata itself. So that will be the keyword that very important to understand, that open data is not only just placing the data that can be download everyone, but also need to fit with all these these features. Yeah. So, and this is the open data for platform. Yeah, this is from the especially it is mostly establishing by the government actually. Like from the Maryland, Halifax, and Kentucky is the example. We can see we also have this one in Indonesia. Yeah, Satu Data, and then Dataku ID, and so on. And in the province we have also have that one. Unfortunately, in our university, we just doesn't have this platform yet. Yeah, so that's I think it's very yeah, it's very very dangerous if it doesn't have this one. So that's why one of our research in our laboratory, we will this year we will propose to have this one. So we will build open data portal for UGM. So if you interest, I think it will be very nice if we can work together to that one. So this is like the comprehensive list open data portal. Yeah, so that is the example of this one. And so what makes a data portal? So this is like what the features on the data portals. Yeah, of course the data portal will be consist of data sets. Yeah. So we need to have a data set. Yeah. And then the next is we need to have metadata. So metadata is like yeah, the information about data services. And then we have the indexing and search capabilities. Yeah. And other stuff. The other stuff is like visualization, or for example, it's just a bonus. Yeah, it's just bonus. But the baseline feature is this four things. Yeah, data set, metadata, services, indexing, and search capabilities. So this is the standard that and specification in the world of data portals. Yeah. So in the data format standard, we have a zip file, CSV, and then QJSON, KML, atom image format. It can be accepted. And then we also have the metadata and catalog standard, like using the Dublin Core, ISO, FGDC, RDF, linkage data, open search, and then QTZ, and etc. And then we need to have a service standard also. Yeah, this is like WMS, VCL, VPS, and also KML and other formats. Yeah. So this is will be interesting for us, yeah. And yeah, this is like we also have this kind of things is like from ArcGIS, yeah, this building geospatial portals, yeah. So this is like we have the ArcGIS Online, ArcGIS Open Data, and also another things, yeah. So that's why S3 have a complete geoportal server to establishing that one. So this is like, I think when we see this one, this is like the example how the big data on the open data set and open data platform exists. Yeah. So this is will be very interesting how we build the effective data portals. Yeah. So this is like the analogies. Yeah. How the open data and I can help a lot of community to have the data and then use for many purposes. Yeah, I'm very interesting with this word. Yeah, leveraging the value of shared information. So actually when information is shared and can used by another parties, it's mean like we let the another people to become smarter, and then become collaborations and make collaboration and have a value from different perspective from different users. So that's very important. So that's why the involvement of the federal agencies, states, and local government, citizen, NGO, school, university, and business should be bring together, yeah, and then and share them. You can see from this image actually what happened. Actually, it's a very good illustration for why open data is very important. Yeah, from the data that's still scattered, and then we place into like spatial data infrastructures, and then goes to the sum of the informations. We place another data together from another sources, and we will have some analytics. And if we have the analytics, we will have a better decisions. Yeah, so that will be the key how the open data can help fostering the community. And yeah, and the key is data sharing. Yeah, we need to share as much as possible actually. Yeah, this is very important. Yeah, share as much as possible. So provide access to authoritative data, yeah, from share, discover, evaluate, apply, and improve. Yeah, and then provide access to current data. Yeah, make data widely accessible, ensure data is machine readable, and use open format and API. Yeah, so that will be also the very important things that we need to have when we have this one. And if we if we doesn't have we can find data, so we cannot use it. So that's why we need to establishing the data and then establishing to all the user. It will be very easy for us to see what we can do for the data portals. Yeah. So this is like the next is open data context. Yeah, this is like this is like the geospatial platform. When we have this one, actually, the spatial data infrastructure itself is also one of the uh, you know one of the form the collaboration of the data platform, from the NASA, sensors, DOI, NOAA, EPA, DHS, and other agencies in the world. Yeah, we bring together and then have some convention, and then we establishing the general spatial data infrastructure for the world. Yeah, and it's also in America, in Latin America, you can see all the countries bring together, and then they also have the QSUR for this conventions. Yeah, and Earth observatories, a lot of agencies and also companies bring together, and one of them is also ArcGIS, and then bring the SDI uncommon. Yeah, so that would be the issue. So what's in the next issue on the? So this is will be the next one. So the first is most of the data platform is focused in the area of data sharing initiative. Yeah. So yeah, this is good one actually, but unfortunately, we have a problem because one of them is only focused on the economics, one of them only focused in environment, and also in the national security and so on. But there is no single platform that have a big issue that bring together. Yeah, so that would be the challenge. Yeah. So but it's okay. But this is about the about the national security. So data is like an asset there. So if we believe about the assets, so that's why we need to prepare, respond, and recover data into one single platform for national intelligence, yeah, disaster management, fire rescue, law enforcement, defense, health, private enterprises, utilities. We can share and then have a shared situational awareness, and then we can have that one, make better decision, faster decision, and share unity in action, common architectures, incident response plan, standard met product will be very more easy to manage. Yeah, so that will be the advantage. In the economic sales, the same, from the census, commerce, planning, finance, lands, health, industry, education, bring together, and then we will have a promoting innovation, responding to requests, justifying policy, yeah, and then open data access, transparency, and also other things. So that would be have innovation, transparency, accountability, and auto austerity. Yeah. And the environments is also same, foundation data, land, geology, environmental, statistic, health. From industry, we can bring together, and then we will have a report on the environment and indicators. Yeah, so that will be very important. So this is the open data will be very important because we can start from the file transfer, yeah, and then we using the clearing houses, yeah, and then build GIS portals, and then we have the web GIS that focus on the services to share the data, and then this is size matters. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think the size is matters. If we have a lot of parties that involved in the open data platform, it will be very good enough. And in the global perspective, in the Earth perspective, I think if we bring together all the countries of only parties in the world, bring together, it will be very good, yeah, for us to see this one. So this is will be very important. So this is like this example how we can use this one. Yeah. So this is like you can see from this is like from the Q Hive. Yeah. So we can see after this. Yeah. So okay, let's learn from the Sofro's Sofro's example of the of the open data. Yeah. Wait for a minute. Yeah, this is like we can see. I think from the famous one, yeah, of course, Google also have this one, yeah, Google dataset. I think they provide a lot of things on it. We can see that is like example how they bring the access to many resource data sources that can we can see a lot of uh, a lot of data from many resources. This is the first one, yeah. So I think IEEE also have same things. I think IEEE data hub, if I don't know, data hub, yeah. Okay, data port. Sorry, yeah. So this is like also I think Google and IEEE is establishing the open data for research purpose. Yeah, so that's why uh, you can see this one is very very deep and very advanced in the research things. Yeah, so that will be very nice. UGM also have initiation actually Pustaka Data MSCID, but unfortunately still unmanaged. Yeah, so it's very embracing actually. Yeah, for a university. Yeah, so that's why in our lab we establishing this one. This is the Gamma Box Explorer. Unfortunately, still local, but we try to make this one the open data initiative for us. Yeah, so currently we work on the one of the area in the energy sector industries. So after this, we will bring to another's, to another's another's data. So hopefully it can make bigger and then can give a wide perspective for our campus. Yeah. So that will be in the next one. And then when we see, like from ArcGIS, for example, they have a lot of things here. ArcGIS open data, which is this one. Yeah. It's good one because they have this is, I think, the best practice of how they have these facilities to 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 have the the service for open data. And then we also have the let's say, I think the other one is like the S3, yeah, open data for S3. Yeah. S3 actually, like, yeah, the hub for the for the from the ArcGIS. Yeah. So this is like sub subsystem. Yeah. So we can see, yeah, this is like the data that they establishing, the good one, I think. Yeah. So you can see the data is not only just bringing data, but for example, this is like the example they giving, not on you can see the spatial data infrastructure, they give this one. And then they have the overview. They have also the attribute. This is like the metadata that establishing for the data. And then they have the data itself, you can see in here. And then they have the API that we can use and for access the data. So you can see this one. It's very good. Yeah, very good. You can, I would say, it can be accessed for other system. Yeah, so that would be very good one. Yeah, so this is actually what we want. Yeah. Unfortunately, our development in our project, we still focus on the data store. Yeah? So the API access still does not exist yet. So hopefully it can be work for this years. Yeah. So that's very good. But how if we go to our data go ID? This is our initiative in Indonesia. Unfortunately, they're not using the spatial database. Yeah. So and this is very, actually is not good enough, yeah, for us. Yeah. Even they also have the 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 metadata, but not complete yet. Yeah, for standard of the open data. But it's okay. It's all so we the way if we want to use this data is only just download and plug to our system. So that will be the another obstacle. Yeah. So that will be very interesting. So I believe you also have the another example from several countries, yeah, about the open data. So yeah, we can discuss later. Yeah. Any question for this explanation first before we go through to the next to the next discussion?